Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. We're here in our party camp having just completed Morrigan's companion quest where we killed Flemeth. And we also went to Ostagar and rescued Caitlin's body and gave it the proper burial that it deserves. And now we're going to be headed out to the Brazilian Forest, which is our last treaty. So this is the last major zone that we still have yet to go through. And we're going to take our normal group here. And we're going to go to the Brazilian Forest. The edge of the Brazilian Forest, the dangers of which are well recorded in local legends. Let's head up. You can see on the map that the blight is getting bigger. And we're getting interrupted here. What is this? Bandits? And we got a flimsy trap ahead of us. Interesting. Alright, attack him.
We must strike.
And you're gonna come up here. And you're gonna attack them with a scatter shot. Holy crap. Where's that damage coming from? That's crazy. How is this guy still alive? Okay, on to this guy. How we're doing healing wise. Let's go ahead and put a glyph of paralysis up on him. And then you're gonna do a glyph of repulsion up there. And then you're gonna heal him. And do that on him. And then that on him. Good. I think we should be fine now.
Nice try.
Yeah, all of you on him, please. Okay. Up there.
Watch out.
Good. Next. All of you, yeah. And last one. Yeah, they were surprisingly doing a lot of damage here.
Yes.
You're the one that saw it. Can you disarm these now? Awesome. Well, disarm failed.
This won't take long.
Are you better? You make traps? No. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go and loot these bandits. A health poultice, that's a nice grab. Elf root. Go and avoid that. And we've got some death root over here. You guys did not just trigger that trap, did you? I thought you guys were avoiding it. Damn it. Severin, you're the one who saw it. Come on, man. You let me down there. Alright, continue forward.
Hold, outsider. You may be of my kind, but you are not Daelish. Why are you here?
I wish to enter your camp.
Why?
I have business with your leader, actually.
And what business is that?
I'm a Grey Warden.
That is not a lie that many would attempt. I will bring you to the Keeper then, and he can decide if your business is worthwhile.
Thank you.
I see we have guests. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
This one claims to be a Grey Warden and wishes to speak with the clan. I thought it best to leave the decision to you.
That was wise of you. Masirinus, Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Hello.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zephyrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
I'm Soraya. A pleasure to meet you.
If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
Okay, let's hear it. Ooh.
The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
You could at least, like, wash them up or something, you know? There are actual werewolves in the forest?
There was a time in Ferelden's history when werebeasts roamed the lands in great numbers. Spirits possessed animals and turned them into horrific monsters. The humans warred against and destroyed these creatures. No doubt their tales of those days grow ever more inaccurate.
Werewolves are beasts not unlike abominations, possessed wolves driven mad.
The werebeasts are not all gone from this land, and the ones that stalk the Brazilian forests are proof of this.
Why did they attack you?
They are savage and unrelenting. They need no reason to attack anyone. What is curious, however, is the ambush. We expect werewolves to be no more cunning than a rabid wolf. The ambush suggests a level of intelligence we've never seen before.
Maybe they're not unintelligent.
I doubt that. The very curse that is in their blood fills them with an unreasoning rage that precludes any true thought.
Is there no way to help your men?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself, and that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
I'm pretty good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
Have you considered seeking outside help?
From whom? The Children of the Stone? The Shemlin? Do you truly think they have time to spare for us?
Good point. You said you could perhaps destroy the curse, so you don't know for sure?
There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect. But it's the only hope we have left.
Okay. I'll find this Witherfang for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
Thank you. Where can I go to get some equipment?
Then I suggest you see Master Verathorn. I will instruct him to put aside some supplies for you, the kind that the hunters use.
Thank you. I have more questions.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
How do I find Witherfang? Do you have any advice?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest.
Okay. Can you tell me more about this curse the hunters suffer from?
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
So did all werewolves everywhere stem from Witherfang?
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
So if a werewolf bites me, then I'll become infected?
It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten.
Oh boy. How do you know if you have been infected by the curse?
You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal.
That's a good point. How did this curse start?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
Okay.
Go on then.
I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Creator's speed. Who's the creator? Is that the maker? Okay. So we are in the Daelish camp here. We're going to start from way over here. I don't know why I picked this spot. I just picked the direction and ran. And we're going to just go around counterclockwise and explore everything. Eldest of the Sun. Elgar'nan. Oh my god. We know all about Elgar'nan, don't we? Let's see what was common knowledge of him before Veilguard. Long ago, when time itself was young, the only thing in existence were the sun and the land. The sun, curious about the land, bowed his head close to her body, and Elgar'nan was born in the place where they touched. The sun and the land loved Elgar'nan greatly, for he was beautiful and clever. As a gift to Elgar'nan, the land brought forth great birds and beasts of sky and forest, and all manner of wonderful green things. Elgar'nan loved his mother's gifts and praised them highly and walked amongst them often. The sun, looking down upon the fruitful land, saw the joy that Elgar'nan took in her works and grew jealous. Out of spite, he shone his face full upon all the creatures the earth had created, and burned them all to ashes. The land cracked and split from bitterness and pain, and cried salt tears for the loss of all she had wrought. The pool of tears cried, for the land became the ocean, and the cracks in the body the first rivers and streams. Elgar'nan was furious at what his father had done, and vowed vengeance. He lifted himself into the sky and wrested the sun, determined to defeat him. They fought for an eternity, and eventually the sun grew weak, while Elgar'nan's rage was unabated. Eventually, Elgar'nan threw the sun down from the sky, and buried him in a deep abyss created by the land's sorrow. With the sun gone, the world was covered in shadow, and all that remained in the sky were the remains of Elgar'nan's battle with his father, drops of the sun's lifeblood, which twinkled and shimmered in the darkness. Wow, that storyline got dropped quickly, huh? I can't think of anything in the in Veilguard that even is reminiscent of that.
I trust there are no hard feelings about my questioning of you when you arrived. We Daelish must protect ourselves from trouble at all times.
No, I understand.
Had we known a Grey Warden was coming, we might have arranged a different reception. But I wish you good fortune with your task. Dareth Shiral.
Dareth Shiriel. Grab this elf root, and we got some more elf root. Okay, we got a wooden crate over here. Excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you. Colored inks. Valislan blood writing. When the children of our people come of age, they earn the privilege of wearing the Valislan, the blood writing. It sets us apart from the Shemlin and from the elves who have thrown their lots in with them. It reminds us that we will never again surrender our traditions and beliefs. The ritual deserves great reverence. The one who is to gain the Valislan must prepare by meditating on the gods and the ways of our people, and by purifying the body and the skin. When the time comes, the keeper of the clan applies the blood writing. This is done in complete silence. Cries of pain are signs of weakness. If one cannot tolerate the pain of the blood writing, they are not ready to undertake the responsibilities of an adult. The keeper may stop the ritual if they decide that the one gaining the Valislan is not ready. There's no shame in this, for all children are different, and our ancestors once took centuries to come of age. Interesting little initiation, right? It reminds me a bit of some of the rites that Spartans had to go through. I forget the name of the ritual, but they had to like they were I think they were beaten with like a switch kind of thing, and if they showed pain, then they failed. They showed signs of pain.
I
Fun
greet
stuff.
you, stranger. It is good to see another elf, even if you are not one of the wandering clans. I trust my people have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
They've been rather accommodating, actually.
We welcome our brethren, even if they have forgotten the old ways. That is our charge, after all, to keep the old lore alive until we can bring it back for all. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Forbidden you?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Why do you want to enter the forest?
I suppose there's no harm in telling a fellow elf, but surely you have greater concerns than any problem of mine, no?
I'd like to hear about it all the same.
Well, perhaps you could help me with it. I would certainly appreciate anything you could do. My wife Daelish and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Daelish is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her. If I could just know if Daelish is alive or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
I will seek her out in the forest.
I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
Alright, lost to the curse. Alright. We got a barrel here. What are the odds of that chest being unlocked? Wait. Oh! How about that? Take that stuff too? Maybe there's a supply set aside for us, because I think this is the crafter. Hello, Verathorn.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Verathorn. I think I just used too much heat.
That'll do
You're
it.
not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Verathorn.
They better. Oops,
And
sorry.
so they should. Truly, the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need?
What exactly do you make here?
I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Daelish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
What if I find some for you?
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
What kind of items would you make?
I excel in making blades from the ironbark, or perhaps a breastplate. Provided there's enough wood, that is.
Okay. Very well. I'll see what I can find.
That would please me. So long as our hunters come first.
Of course. I was told you could supply me with equipment?
Yes, the keeper sent word that you might ask me for such. I took the liberty of assembling some goods that our hunters use. I notice you've already found the chest I placed it in. Feel free to sort through and take whatever you found there, if you've not done so already.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Is there any other equipment you could spare?
I have nothing left that the clan could spare, but we do have goods that we were going to bring to the Shemlin villages to barter with.
Okay, let's see them.
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
All right. Start with the weapons here. Anything? You got the Dark Moon Dragonhorn bow. plus 2 willpower, plus 10% natural resistance, and 1.5 armor penetration. That's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. But no, you have the Scout's bow and Daelish longbow. And some arrows, okay. What about over here? Also, what do I have? I can sell these things. Alright, I meant to go to Soldier's Peak and put these in our chest. Because I don't want to sell them. That might come back to haunt me, considering we don't have like a ton of capacity left. I might take a trip over there real quick. Nothing. I mean, there's this. This does give rapid aim. That gives +2 to all attributes, though. It's so good, even though the helm is on its own is not that great. +6 to attack, though. This is actually pretty decent. I might grab that. I don't know. You have a backpack. Hell yeah. Here we go. Tome of Mortal Vessel. We have plenty of money, so we're going to buy both of those tomes. And we're actually going to buy all these healing potions as well. There we go. In here we have acidic grease trap plans. Are the most expensive. Greater Spirit Balm. Some potent health poultice recipe. Yeah, we'll pick that up. Why not? I think that's all we'll pick up right now. Okay. And I didn't have anything to sell in here, did I? No. Okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and use those tomes. So we got Skill and Sundry. Very good. Get our survival up to rank 3 here. And then we've also got Tome of Mortal Vessel. Spend on attributes. And we'll go ahead and pump that into willpower. Perfect. Alright, what else we got around here? We got a wooden crate.
Yes.
Even though he said he had no more supplies to give us, but you know, whatever. Pile of scrolls.
Right.
The Long Walk. Let's see. When our people left Teventer, we had nothing except the knowledge that for the first time in countless centuries, we were free. It was Shartan's dream that one day we would have our own homeland, where we could live as we choose. After the long struggle that claimed the lives of many, even Shartan himself, we were granted the Dales. And though the Dales were to the south of the land of Orlais, and a long way off from Teventer, it mattered little. We were going home, and so we walked. We called our journey the Long Walk, for it is what it was. We walked with what little we had on our backs. Some walked without shoes, for they had none. Whole families, women with infants, the old and young alike, all of them made their way across the land on foot, and if one of our people could no longer walk, we carried him, sometimes left him behind. Many perished along the way. Some died of exhaustion, others simply gave up and fell by the wayside. A great number were set upon by human bandits, even though we had few possessions. Along the way, a growing number began to bemoan the decision to leave Teventer. At least in Teventer, they said, we had food and water and shelter. What do we have here? Nothing but the open sky and the prospect of the never-ending road ahead. Some turned back toward Teventer, but most of us continued walking. And the gods rewarded those of us who did not waver by bringing us to the Dales. Our people called the new city Halimsharal, the end of the journey, and for a time, it was home. Damn. Keeper of Secrets. The twins Phalenden and Durthamin are the eldest children of Elganon, the All-Father, and Mythal, the Protector. The brothers were inseparable from the moment of their conception, known for their great love for each other. That is why we often speak of Phalenden in one breath and Durthamin in the next, for they cannot bear to be apart, not even in our tales. When the world was young, the gods often walked the earth, and Phalenden and Durthamin were no exception. Both were delighted by the many wonders of our earth. They played with the animals, whispered to the trees, and bathed in the lakes and streams. Their days were filled with bliss, and they did not know sorrow. And then one day, while passing through the forest, Felindin and Dirthaman came across an old and sickly deer resting beneath a tree. "Why do you sit so still, little sister?" asked Felindin. "Play with us," said Dirthaman. "Alas," spoke the deer, "I cannot. I am old, and although I wish to go to my rest, my legs can no longer carry me." Taking pity on the deer, Felindin gathered her up into his arms and carried her to her rest beyond the vale. Dirthaman tried to follow them, but the shifting gray paths beyond the vale would not let him. Separated for the first time from Felindin, Dirthaman wandered aimlessly till he came across 2 ravens. "You are lost, and soon you will fade," the raven named Fear said to Dirthaman. "Your brother has abandoned you. He no longer loves you," said the other, named Deceit. "I am not lost, and Felindin has not abandoned me," replied Dirthaman. He subdued the ravens and bade them carry him to Felindin. This they did, for they had been defeated and were now bound to Dirthaman's service. When Dirthaman found Felindin, he found also the deer, who once again was light on her feet, for her spirit was released from her weakened body. Both Felindin and Dirthaman rejoiced to see this. Felindin vowed that he would remain to carry all the dead to the place beyond, just as he did with the deer, and Dirthaman stayed with him, for the twins cannot bear to be apart. Very interesting. I don't think we met either of those gods in Valeguard. Goddess of the hunt, Anjuel. "Hear me, sons and daughters of the people. I am sister of the moon, mother of heirs, lady of the hunt, Anjuel. Remember my teachings. Remember the Vir Tenadhal, the way of 3 trees that I have given you. Vir Asan, the way of the arrow. Asan! Be swift and silent, strike true, do not waver, and let not your prey suffer. That is my way. Vir Borasan, the way of the bow. As the sapling bends, so must you. In yielding, find resilience. In pliancy, find strength. That is my way. Vir Adalin, the way of the wood. Receive the gifts of the hunt with mindfulness. Respect the sacrifice of my children. Know that your passing shall nourish them in turn. That is my way. Remember the ways of the hunter, and I shall be with you." Selays the Hearthkeeper. Selays the Hearthkeeper is seen as the sister of Anjuel the Huntress. While Anjuel loved to run with the creatures of the wild, Selays preferred to stay by her home tree, occupying herself with gentle arts and song. It is Selays who gave us fire and taught us how to use it. It is Selays who showed us how to heal with herbs and with magic, and how to ease the passage of infants into this world. And again, it is Selays who showed us how to spin the fibers of plants into thread and rope. We owe much to Selays, and that is why we sing to her when we kindle the fires, and we put them out. That is why we sprinkle our Aravels with Selays' fragrant tree moss, and ask that she protect them, and all within. Okay. God of the Craft. June. We dedicate all our crafts to June, for it is he who taught the people to bend the branches of trees to make our bows and to fashion coverings of fur and iron bark. Without June, would we have the Aravel or the harness for our challah? When the people were young, we wandered the forests without purpose. We drank from the streams and ate the berries and nuts that we could find. We did not hunt, for we had no bows. We wore nothing, for we had no knowledge of spinning or needlecraft. We shivered in the cold nights and went hungry through the winters, when all the world was covered in ice and snow. Then Selays the Hearthkeeper came, and gave us fire and taught us how to feed it with wood. June taught us to fashion bows and arrows and knives so that we could hunt. We learned to cook the flesh of the creatures we hunted over Selays' fire, and we learned to clothe ourselves in the furs and skins, and the people were no longer cold and hungry. Alright, let's keep moving. Got a chest here.
Please leave that be. If you have need of equipment, I am sure Master Verathorn can help you.
Can I ask what's inside?
What is the point? It is none of your business, so please, leave it be.
Fair enough. And you're Lanaya?
Under Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
If you'd like, go ahead.
I hear the human cities are very large, thousands upon thousands of souls all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Yes, some are larger than the eye can see.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
I wouldn't know anything about that. It isn't an easy life for them. That's true.
What about you? What was life like amongst the humans?
The life I had was ruined by a human nobleman.
I'm saddened to hear that. You have my sympathies. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Daelish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have one more question, though I'm not sure you can answer it. Do the humans ever regret what they did to us?
It doesn't seem like most of them really pay attention to it. It's just history.
How quickly they forget. A poet once wrote of them before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
What can you tell me about Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Daelish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
What has he lost?
He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific.
That's very sad. What does the Keeper do exactly?
A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go and when we shall move. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever, so the clan protects him like no other.
Why are the Daelish so hostile?
They have reason. Since the days of Arlathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless.
What is this Arlathan you mentioned?
It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal. We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed Arlathan. Our ancestors were enslaved, and our culture lost forever.
Does Arlathan still exist?
Not to my knowledge. According to the old tales, the human mages sank Arlathan into the ground, crushing it beneath the rock.
Oh, that would be so cool. Another cool idea for a game, right? Finding Arlathan. The more I think about it, the more I wish they hadn't gone down like that big sort of epic reveal all secrets of the universe path that they went down, starting with Inquisition and ending with Veilguard. Oh well. But the elves were eventually freed, right?
Yes. After a millennium of slavery, our people were freed by Andraste, the human's prophet who spawned the Chantry.
But you don't worship the Maker?
We worship the creators, as we always have. We give thanks to Andraste for her part in our freedom, but we do not worship her or her god.
Did Arlathan fight back?
The Tevinter Imperium was a force to be reckoned with. It was ruled by mages with powerful blood magic. Though our Latham fought, they lost.
Elves were immortal then?
They died, but not of an aged body as other races do. Not until the humans came. According to the legends, association with humans caused us to quicken. Our blood sped, and we began to age. So we avoided them naturally. And then we were enslaved by them for 1,000 years. And in so doing, we all were quickened permanently and our immortality destroyed. Or so the old tales say.
Could you get your lifespan back?
In time and with seclusion. We Daelish have lengthy lifespans, and they will get longer. Zathrian himself has lived many centuries, though that is unusual even for us.
I can see why you resent humans then.
Shemlin, we call them. Quick children. I suppose it takes a certain arrogance to look upon another people as children, no? Perhaps we should be more heedful of our own role in our Lathan's loss. Even so, it was a bitter lesson to learn. One we are not grateful for.
I thought your homeland was called the Daels.
That was our second homeland. Our first was the great city of Arlathan. The Daels came when they were freed from enslavement. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the Daels, eager to start their lives anew. They called it the Long Walk. They reached the Daels and made it their own. And one day it was taken from us too, and you wonder why we are hostile.
Is there no way to get on your clan's good side?
It requires an individual to prove he is not the outsider we have come to expect. Your own task to help our clan is certainly a step in the right direction.
Fair enough. Let's discuss something else.
Certainly.
Tell me about you.
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. Not too different from you, I imagine. I came to the Daelish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
How'd you come to the Daelish if you were so young?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
That must have been horrible.
It was. Though long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
You said the Daelish rescued you from the bandits?
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
Didn't you have family you could return to?
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me. The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
How did you become a keeper?
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult. We Daelish have old traditions. The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the Daels, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
Do they resent your success?
No. Zathrian told me that time would take away their prejudices, and it did. They became used to me. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
I should go.
As you wish. Dareth Shirel.
She sounds like she'll make a good keeper.
How do they move these things through the forest? Do the trees just get out of their way, or what?
Maybe. That one's locked. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Grab you. And we got another chest over there that's also locked. Elf Child Hunter. Hello,
I hear
Elora.
only the Daelish can control the Hala. They listen to no one else.
Look at that beautiful creature.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
Excuse me. What is a Hala?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call land ships. They are our companions and our guides.
The humans keep similar herds, but of horses. You make them sound like friends.
That is exactly what they are, in fact. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle.
Must
It
be
is the
uncomfortable.
Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
So why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
I have been learning about the animals of the world. Let me try to calm her down.
Yes, that's it. She's calming down. That's it, love. Be calm. Tell me what troubles you. Ah, I see. It is her life mate who is sick, not her. He was bitten on the leg during the attack, and she fears greatly for him. I did not realize another Hala was injured. This will allow me to prevent the sickness from spreading to the entire herd. Masiranus, thank you. You have done my clan a great boon this day. I will always be grateful for your help.
You're very welcome. Although I will say it's kind of negligent of you that you weren't able to tell that another one of the Hala was sick. But then again, maybe they're not all like... It sounds like they kind of like roam around until they're ready to go. So maybe she just hasn't seen him. Gillinane. Oh god, mother of the Hala. They say Gillinane was one of the people, in the days before Arlathan, and the chosen of Andruel, the huntress. She was very beautiful, with hair of snowy white, and as graceful as a gazelle. She kept always to Andruel's ways, and Andruel favored her above all others. One day, while hunting in the forest, Gillinane came across a hunter she did not know. At his feet lay a hawk, shot through the heart by an arrow. Gillinane was filled with rage, for the hawk, along with the hare, is an animal much beloved of Andruel. Gillinane demanded that the hunter make an offering to Andruel in exchange for taking the life of one of her creatures. The hunter refused, and Gillinane called upon the goddess to curse him, so that he could never again hunt and kill a living creature. Gillinane's curse took hold, and the hunter found that he was unable to hunt. His prey would dart out of sight, and his arrows would fly astray. His friends and family began to mock him for his impotence. For what use is a hunter who cannot hunt? Ashamed, the hunter swore he would find Gillinane and repay her for what she had done to him. He found Gillinane while she was out on a hunt with her sisters, and lured her away from them with lies and false words. He told Gillinane that he had learned his lesson and begged her to come with him, so she could teach him to make a proper offering to Andruel. Moved by his plea, Gillinane followed the hunter, and when they were away from all of her sisters, the hunter turned on Gillinane. He blinded her first, and then bound her as one would bind a kill fresh from the hunt. But because he was cursed, the hunter could not kill her. Instead, he left her for dead in the forest. And Gillinane prayed to the gods for help. She prayed to Elganon for vengeance, to Mother Mythal to protect her, but above all, she prayed to Andruel. Andruel sent her hares to Gillinane, and they chewed through the ropes that bound her. But Gillinane was still wounded and blind, and could not find her way home. So Andruel turned her into a beautiful white deer, the first Hala, And Gillian found her way back to her sisters and led them to the hunter, who was brought to justice. And since that day, the Hala have guided the people, and have never led us astray, for they listen to the voice of Gillian. Hopefully they don't listen too much to Gillian's voice. She's a bit insane nowadays. That's the first one that it kind of sounded like Gillian with the rage and everything. I guess Elganon was very rageful too, so it kind of makes sense for both of them. Alright. Don't got much left. Just this in the camp over there. Campfire. Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf. Here's an important one. Good old Solus. There is precious little we know about Fen'Harel, for they say he did not care for our people. Elganon and Mythal created the world as we know it, and Dwell taught us the ways of the hunter. Solace and June gave us fire and crafting, but Fen'Harel kept himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Fen'Harel spent centuries in a far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. This is not a Harren among us. There is not a Harren among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Gelderan and Darenthal and Anaris. For they are the Forgotten Ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times, only Fen'Harel could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones. For although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones knew of his cunning ways, and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Fen'Harel tricked them. Our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him. And when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce, and the Forgotten Ones trusted him. Also, when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods, if only the Forgotten Ones would return to the Abyss for a time. They trusted Fen'Harel, and they were all of them betrayed, and Fen'Harel sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people. And that's how we get the veil and the fade and everything. How about that? It's kind of cool that seems like it might actually have been set up from the very start. But maybe not. It definitely could have been something where they just took that and was like, hey, that'd be a cool thing to do with that. It's hard to say. Hey. Hey.
Hello?
Hello yourself. Who are you?
I'm Kamen, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
Why can't you?
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
Try me. I might surprise you.
I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gaina.
Girl problems, I see.
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
There must be some way to solve your problem.
You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
Have you tried wooing Gaina?
Wooing? I don't understand.
Romance her. Show her you love her.
I've serenaded her, and we've talked many times under the moon. But that doesn't matter if I'm still an apprentice. Not to her.
Have you tried giving her a gift?
A gift? No, that wouldn't be appropriate. Not before we're married.
Ah. About really showing your love.
I've serenaded her, and we've talked many times under the moon.
Let me think of something else.
Such as?
What if I talk to her for you?
I suppose you could, but what good would that do? The situation hasn't changed.
I can be pretty persuasive.
Really? I'm willing to try anything.
It can't hurt.
Cyranas. Oh, ma Cyranas. I will pray to the goddess of love that you are successful.
The goddess of love, huh? Which one's that? Hello, Cyril.
I hear you had a hand in saving the Hala, Maceranas. I'm not sure what we would do without them.
You're welcome. Have you ever heard of an elf named Aniran?
I appreciate you trying to find him, but what are the chances?
Aniran the healer?
You know Aniran?
He lives?
Could be somebody else.
It can't be him. Perhaps it is a common elven name.
No, I know of only one Aniran.
Ah, it makes sense. Aniran said that he was from the human cities. You are old friends, then?
If it is the same Aniran, then yes, Wynn knows him.
If you seek Aniran, you must venture into the forest. He prefers to be amidst the trees and the animals.
Thank you all so much.
Awesome. Can you tell me anything about the forest?
I know a few tales. Our clan has passed this way many times before, even when the Shemlin lived in these parts. You wish? I can tell you what I know. It is not a long story.
Tell me.
Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.
And?
So much death in one place tore the veil into the beyond. The Shemlin know the beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves.
This Witherfang still exists today?
So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang does not age as the werewolves do. Witherfang is as much spirit as it is beast, and thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself.
There are many spirits in the forest, then?
The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees, the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see.
And there were big battles in this forest?
Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land? And how many elves died here in slavery? Even the barbarians who came to overthrow the Imperium fought and died on this soil.
How many werewolves are there?
No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood. Until now, that is.
Have the hunters become werewolves?
It is said that one or two have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for the rest, they will either die or turn, unless they are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a ravening, soulless beast. Wouldn't you?
That's all I needed to know.
One last warning. The forest is like a thing alive. It changes as it wills, closing paths behind you and opening up new ones. Too many have become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor not to make the forest my enemy.
Good advice. Thank you, sir. Alright. Let's talk to Gaina.
Andaran Atishan, outsider.
Hey, you're Gaina, correct? Cameron mentioned you.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
He said that you refused to give him your hand.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
If you love him, it doesn't matter what he is, does it?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
If you love him, believe in him. Help him succeed.
Oh, you are right. I have made poor Kamen miserable. No wonder he cannot complete his hunt. Masiranas, thank you. You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Kamen.
Good job.
Kamen, I have been a fool.
Gaina? What do you mean? Have you changed your mind?
I have. The outsider has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that. I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today.
Well, guys, keep it PG. Jeez, get a room.
We're both very grateful for the part you've played in bringing us together.
How marvelous you are. I am so happy.
Here, take this. It's been in my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn. It's the very least we could do.
Thank you very much. What'd you give me? Item received. You gave me some lyrium dust. These Daelish gloves. Clan shield. Tale of Eloran. Raise the tale. Oh, it's a book from him. I guess that can help me. Oh, it's a codex entry. In the days after the rising of Zazakel, the Dark Ones covered every corner of the land. The Archdemon drove all the nations of the world before him, Shimlin and Elvenhin alike. In the far north, where the hills wander the plains and the earth is eternally baked beneath the uncaring sun, the lands which the Shimlin call Anderfels, a clan of our people lived, struggling to survive the blight. Eloran was their keeper, a hunter in his younger days, crafty as any wolf. He led his people always just ahead of the Darkspawn who chased them, but the old hunter knew that even Hala cannot outrun them forever. They must turn and fight and be run down. At the foot of the Murdain, the Darkspawn cornered Eloran's clan. That night, the moon was strangled by the clouds, the earth concealed by a dread mist that rose out of nowhere so that the Elvenin could not tell up from down. In the confusion, the Darkspawn attacked. But Eloran had prepared for them. All around the camp, the hunters had strewn dry grass, brush, and brambles. When the sound of rustling footfalls began, Eloran and the other, Harvin, called upon the old magic. They struck out with lightning, and though the bolts missed the Darkspawn, they hit their target all the same. The sea of kindling lit, and not one of the Darkspawn creatures made it through the fire to reach Eloran's clan. Cool. Very cool. Alright, so we've done everything in this camp. That actually took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. We are going to take a quick trip out of here to Soldier's Peak so I can store all this gear away.
So, are you a very religious man, Alistair? I'm curious. I believe I heard you say you were raised in an abbey.
I was raised in a castle. I was schooled in the abbey. As far as being religious, I don't know. Not especially. What about you? Not in your line of work, I expect.
Why do you say that? I happen to be quite devoted in my way, as most Antivans are.
Truly? But you kill people for money.
And I ask forgiveness for my sins from the Maker every chance I get. What manner of monster do you think I am?
But you ask forgiveness and then you go right on with your sinning.
The Maker has never objected. Why should you?
I have no idea.
Well, there you go. Perhaps you ought to think about asking for a little forgiveness yourself, huh?
That's an interesting insight. I never knew that he considered himself to be religious in his own way. Fascinating. Fascinating indeed. Yeah, so we're just gonna go up here, throw the stuff in my crate. Oh, that's a lot further than I thought. And then we'll head back to the Brazilian forest. Go and pop it in here. Okay, so we want to throw you guys in there. You in there, you in there, you, and you. Oh, we gotta give that to Morgan, I forgot. Might as well throw you in there too. Okay. I freed up a little bit of space. Back to Brazilian forest. And we'll actually go back to camp so I can give Morgan that outfit. Okay. Back to camp. And we'll give,
Right. I guess I really don't know how to ask you this.
Are you sweating?
No, I mean, yes. I mean, I'm a little nervous, sure. Not that this is anything bad or frightening or... Well, yes. Oh, how do I say this? You think it would be easier, but every time I'm around you, I feel as if my head's about to explode. I can't think straight.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Oh, I don't mean it like that. I mean... all right, let me start over. Here's the thing. Being near you makes me crazy. But I can't imagine being without you. Not ever. I don't know how to say this another way. I want to spend the night with you, here, in the camp. Maybe this is too fast. I don't know, but I know what I feel.
Oh, man. This is... Okay. You know what? When we came into this playthrough, I thought for sure it was going to be Zevran that I get with. But I actually think these two go together really, really well. I don't know if you guys agree, but... Even though I'm not human like you?
Especially because of that.
Oh? Are you sure?
I wanted to wait for the perfect time, the perfect place, but when will it be perfect? If things were, we wouldn't even have met. We sort of stumbled into each other. And despite this being the least perfect time, I still found myself falling for you. In between all the fighting and everything else. I really don't want to wait anymore. I've never done this before. You know that. I want it to be with you. While we have the chance. In case...
No need to say anything else. I agree. Oh. A weird fork. Okay. Close your eyes, kids.
You know, according to all the sisters at the monastery, I should have been struck by lightning by now.
Not for that performance.
Meaning it was so great that the Maker himself has decided to spare me the usual punishment, right? Yeah, right? Oh. You do realize the rest of our little party here is going to talk, right? They do that.
Why, are you going to tell them?
I won't have to. Morrigan will give me that look. I just know it. You should really kick her ass for me. I'd pay to watch that fight.
She's my friend.
So, what now? Where do we go from here?
Why should we go anywhere?
It seems like we should. I don't know. This isn't an everyday thing for me, you know. Maybe you can take it lightly. Before we go, have I told you that I love you? I did. Well, it won't kill you to hear it again, will it?
I love you too, Alistair.
See? Was that so hard?
Awesome. There we go. First night. Aww. That's a nice achievement title. Hopelessly romantic. That's me. That is me. Very hopeless. Alright, Morgan. Got these robes of possession for you. Hey, and you're back in your hot outfit. The other one was nice too, but we all know. We all know. Anubis. That's probably gonna be better than what you were wearing. Cool. And we might as well sell all this while we're here.
Something you need? I'm
I do like the romances in this game. I think just about most of the thing this game does with the companions is really good. Did I not?
Are you sure I'm
There we go. Okay, we're back down to 56, which is where we want it to be. And we got that backpack, so we have even more inventory than usual, so that's good.
Yes.
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 Alright, sorry, Zevran. Yeah, I did play around with the idea of maybe she would, you know, romance both of them. But I don't really think it's in...
I've heard stories about your Circle of the Magi, my dear Wynne.
Is that so?
There is a circle in my country, of course, but perhaps things are different here. I visited the Antivan Circle on official Crow business once, met a beautiful young apprentice who was very eager for a taste of the outside world.
Please, please get to the point.
All I wonder is whether the Templars guard the mages here as closely as they do in Antiva. In Antiva, the Templars watch the circle like a jealous husband guarding the chastity of a wanton bride.
Interesting metaphor, but yes, it is not too different in Ferelden.
And is it also true that when the moon swells to fullness, the mages of the circle gather at the top floor of their tower and, naked under the stars, make love to each other?
What? No. Maker's breath.
Oh, I found out recently that it was not true in Antiva and hoped that it would be in Ferelden. Alas.
Maybe in the next country, Zevran. Maybe in the next country. Yeah, I don't think Soraya is the kind of person who would go for multiple relationships at the same time. So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on it when we started the playthrough, but Alistair won her heart. What can I say? He is such a good guy. It really is. All right, guys, we're going to end the episode there. Next episode, we enter the forest and deal with these werewolves. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll catch you later.